What if a word you needed to describe something didn't exist in your language but did in another? Can you think about something if you don't have the words for it? These questions are something psychologists have been trying to figure out for years. In psychology, the idea that people who speak different languages think differently was first proposed by Benjamin Whorf and Edward Sapir, leading to the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis or the Whorfian hypothesis. This concept is also known as linguistic relativity, or the overarching theme that language can impact perception and thinking. An example of this is how people perceive and describe color. Depending on the language you speak, there are different ways of categorizing colors that can either expand or constrain our number of named colors. For instance, Russian has more words for variations in blue than English, but Borneo, a language of Papua New Guinea, has just 5 words to categorize all colors. Language can also impact how we understand directions and our spatial awareness. In English, direction is focalized around the self, using left and right to describe where objects are in relation to the individual speaking. For the Aboriginal people of Pampur, cardinal directions are used instead, with the landscape viewed as unchanging. This then impacts what people from each language must pay attention to and learn in order to be properly oriented and communicate directions. Language can also guide our attention of events and how we describe them. Let's say, for instance, a vase was broken by accident. An English speaker is more likely to pay attention to who broke the vase because of how English sentences are structured. In Spanish and Japanese, on the other hand, people are more likely to remember that it was an accident and not pay attention to the person involved. What these examples show is that language guides attention and thinking, as in the case of color, direction, and spatial awareness, and the elements of events. However, the influence language has on thinking is more indirect than what Whorf and Sapir initially hypothesized, leading to our modern understanding of linguistic relativity.